too smoothly. Let's shake it up a bit over here.
Alright. So to in the instancing system, then I have a few questions. First of all, let's say you are in a big hub, with hundreds of players, and you have a few people of interest, each in different instances. How is the system going to handle you? If you have people of interest in different instances, will they be grouped to you or not?
Well, yeah, I mean, the idea is that we matchmake dynamically every time that you drop in and out of autopilot as you're running around in space, and that matchmaking, is based on a lot of factors. But one of the factors would be the proximity, to. Hang on a second, I'm getting punch drunk on my things.
It's a little late.
See where I was in my conversation. I thought one step ahead and lost my train of thought.
You drop out of autopilot, it puts you in an instance.
Okay, yeah, drop. Thank you very much.
Glad someone's keeping track.
And it's essentially matchmaking based on a bunch of criteria, which will be, who's on your friends list, who's your enemy against you, like who you designated as a person of interest, what the ping is. So that's kind of geographical, right? So you're not like if you're in France, you're probably more likely to match up with someone in Europe than to match up with someone in America. And all those factors go in. There's another aspect of factors of sort of whether you prefer PvP or PvE and how you set that request on the slider.
Magic slider.
And they all sort of get crunched, and that sort of determines, kind of who you get matched up with. And so it could also be, we don't want to match people up if someone's like just beginning and someone's an expert, unless we can, if we can't help it, we probably wouldn't match those two up because that wouldn't be a fun battle for.
Alright.
And you can have some skill-related matchups too. At some point, we'll measure the right things to tell how good a pilot you are, and at some point, there will probably be some balancing for that too. I'm guessing.
Alright.
Yeah, I definitely have a guess.
But what if you have two people of interest, each in different instances? How is the system going to handle you?
Well, you're saying that there are two people of interest that you've marked. They're in the same area but in different instances.
Yeah.
Dave needs help.
I think probably just take a rating for who the one that you're want to be closest to, and that would also factor in, and they're both on your friends list, but basically who they're fighting and what's going on.
So alright, and then two instances still. For huge events, let's say we have a few hundreds of players wanting to battle in a given system. There will be 2 or 3 different battles on the same space because of instances. Am I right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'm hoping that. The thing with our instancing system is that it's getting created and destroyed dynamically all the time. And it's basically happening on a sense of a navigation sphere. Versus anything that's kind of permanent. So even if you're not matched up or in a different instance, you'd probably be out of it pretty soon and maybe matched up with a friend correctly the other way. But generally, we sort of reserve slots for everybody in terms of slots in the instance, and so there should be room for you to join your friends, so to speak.
Yeah. And so another question about repairs you have to perform on your ships. Can you kind of EVA and do repairs on the hull of your ships?
No, yeah, you're definitely going to be able to go outside your ship, especially on some of the smaller ones, and do some sort of kind of quick repairs, so you can at least get your ship to limp home and get repaired properly.
Duct tape and baling wire. It'll get you home. It won't get you home pretty.
So another question is about gold tickets. What will be their impact on the game?
Well, not really that much. I mean, having a golden ticket just shows that you were there before the game was even announced, and you're going to have a sort of a cosmetic badge, and I think we're going to give one sort of in-game item away with it. It's not anything that's particularly unbalanced. It'll be more a sort of cosmetic thing. It would basically say, "Hey, I was one of the very early people to support this project."
Alright. And when we get to 13 million, and I say when because it's not if, are we going to be able to buy the destroyer or not?
To buy the destroyer.
Yeah.
I think the destroyer is going to be the biggest playable, purchasable ship in the game. Anything over like a cruiser battleship or the carrier will has to be earned by capturing and playing it.
Alright. And will you be able to pledge for the destroyer as well?
We haven't made our mind up. We won't be revealing or showing that for quite a while. We actually haven't even started the design process on that. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think to a certain level, maybe, but not very many.
Ship to ship that.
Alright. And so, can you announce us the next promotion?
The next promotion, well, I mean, I guess the next promotion's the hangar module. And other than that would be our stretch goal, right? But we've done 13 million, right?
Yeah, what's coming up next, Chris? I have no idea. I've lost my place entirely. It's what, 4 o'clock in the morning here?
We got
I just had my camera on.
2 minutes left before we pick up the
4 till 4.
round table.
I don't know.
Round table?
It's what's listed. We have 12 and 13, right? On the site.
Yeah. 12 and 13 are up.
So the most recent
Wait,
one
schedule.
was the CIC one, right? There was the Oculus Rift, and then it was the CIC.
4 a.m. Art round table. Oh. Okay.
And
Part 2.
Yeah.
one last question.
All right, one last question.
One last question, and I let you free.
No, it's
Well-
cool. Thanks for taking the time to call and ask all the questions, by the way.
Oh no, thanks for your time, and thanks for the amazing work all the team is doing. By the way, on behalf of the whole French community, I have to congratulate you guys because you are sending us dreams even before the game's out. So thank you very much.
Oh, very well, awesome. Well, everyone's doing it. We got a great team, and it's kind of fun building a world in a live manner, which we're doing right now. Even though I'm a little punchy.
Dave's obviously working.
So one last question then. Are we going to have variations on all ships, just like we had on the 300i and the Aurora? Are we going to see the same thing on the Constellation, on the Hornet, or not?
So the plan is that every ship will have in-fiction marketing materials for it that we will basically share with everyone in the community.
Uh-huh.
They're also intended to be in fiction, like in the universe. So if you're down in a ship dealer in Origin, you know, maybe they're playing in loop in the ship dealer, you're seeing the commercial.
Alright.
Or the trade show unveil of the different variants.
So what's the next one?
Well, it sort of depends. I guess there's a couple that are in contention. So basically, the Hornet, the Freelancer, and the Constellation are all sort of vying for potential ones to be the next one. And it kind of depends on some of the asset schedule. The Constellation is pretty much done in an engine and it's animated, but it still has to be set up for its vehicle setup. Freelance is still in construction.